Okay, first of all, your name and title?
I'm J.D. Lambright. I'm the county attorney for Montgomery County.
Tell me what happened today with the Collins case.
Okay, we were back in court this morning on Don Collins' case. As you're aware, it's still in juvenile court and will be for quite a number of months. But today was what's called an announcement hearing, mainly to make sure Mr. Collins is aware of the charges that we have filed against him. We have filed felony murder charges against him for the burning and subsequent death of Robbie Middleton. That offense occurred back in 1998.
So basically now, what is it, just kind of motions or a while before he ends up coming, as far as them transferring over to the adult?
Yes. Now, he has two defense attorneys, two attorneys that have been appointed by the court to represent Mr. Collins, and they filed a motion this morning. One of those is requesting the county attorney's office to release any what's called exculpatory information, or commonly referred to as Brady material. And of course, we will comply with that order and obey the law on it. In fact, we have already probably turned over everything already that we have, since we've turned over around 55,000 pages. And that exculpatory information will be in that file we've already turned over. But the investigation continues, so as that comes up, we'll be releasing that to Mr. Collins' attorneys. From here now, since the case is still in juvenile court, by law, we're required to bring Mr. Collins back to court every 10 business days, which translates into 14 days. And that first detention hearing was last Wednesday. So 2 weeks from last Wednesday, he'll be back in juvenile court, and those are what's called detention hearings. And I'm sure at those, his attorney will be arguing that he should be released as you would a normal juvenile case. I don't expect this judge to release Mr. Collins. As you know, last time the judge put in place a $1 billion bond against Mr. Collins. But that's, and then any motions that need to be heard, I think she's going to take those up on that normal Wednesday hearing. Okay. Now, one thing that could change that, Mr. Collins, through his attorneys, if he chooses to, he could file a waiver and waive those detention hearings, which would mean he would not have to be brought over to court, and then he would have to waive it 2 weeks later, and so on and so forth. So we may or may not be in court every 2 weeks.
Now, before this even comes to part, as far as him transferring over to the adult side, we're looking. I think Mr. Bond asked for said it this morning, be at least 90 to 120 days.
That's correct. Because of the voluminous nature of the investigation in this case, we have turned over everything we have to date to Mr. Collins' attorneys, but there are around 55,000 pages of documents, and certainly it's going to take his attorneys time to go through that. And so I know his attorneys have been estimated at least 90 to 120 days to prepare for this transfer hearing, and that's the hearing in which we'll be asking the court to actually transfer Mr. Collins' case to adult district court.
Now, you said cold case is still working this case, though.
That is correct. We didn't realize this, but when they came to court last Wednesday for that initial detention hearing, they brought us yet another box of material, I think another perhaps 1,500, another 2,000 pages. So they are continuing to very actively and aggressively work this case, look for witnesses and so forth.
How are they doing so far? Quite a few of the witnesses they're starting to locate quite a few of the witnesses?
They have done an outstanding job. I think the only witnesses they haven't located are those that are no longer alive from this 1998 event. But they have done a wonderful job, because witnesses by this time may live, a variety of places. But they continue to search these out. I should emphasize, to our knowledge, there's not any direct witnesses that saw Mr. Collins actually set Robbie Middleton on fire, but there are a lot of witnesses that have facts and have overheard, Mr. Collins saying things during this time.